theme song to start my presentation, just to set the mood. You have to guess the song. The Pina Colada song, yeah. We could all do like a Mexican wave or like, come on, join in everyone. It's all about the lifestyle and having fun. So, I guess like what I wanted to pretty much talk about today is how to triple your income so you can have more time spending at the beach drinking pina coladas. And if you don't like pina coladas, we can do Mai Tais as well, that's fine. So it's basically about, for me, why I do this is about lifestyle. And before I actually heard about Our Internet Secrets, I had been working for 10 years in the fashion industry, really long hours, really great career, but basically one of the companies I was working for went into liquidation overnight, and basically I had 2 mortgages, I had so much debt and was living week to week and was in the position where all of a sudden I lost my job on a Friday afternoon and had no income. It just stopped. And you know, this is why you need a system like this that is not dependent on you showing up and not dependent on a huge big company paying you every single week. So from there, I actually went and started my own business, and I'm like, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to be the boss, and that way I'll be in control and I can control the finances and everything like that. So I started my own wedding business, wedding planning and styling here on the Gold Coast. And also because my background was in fashion, I just did weddings as a fun thing on the side. I didn't have any experience, and then I thought, oh, I know what I'll do. I'll teach other people how to get into the fashion industry. And I wrote my own little fashion design course. So it wasn't like nationally recognised or anything like that. It was how to get into fashion according to the world of Annette Corrie. And so that, and what I found was, you know, working for yourself is very rewarding, but I got into the same little rabbit hole of working even harder and 6 days a week, and then you've got all these extra things to think about, and then going on holidays and going, oh my God, like the money's stopped. Like it stops when you don't show up in your business. And I'm like, well, I just realised then that I needed a way better system for earning income, because I remember going to Bali on holidays and I was just beside myself of like, my whole business was crashing down around me because I wasn't there. So basically, I will give you that's a little bit of an intro about me. So you can call me Nettie. I've just turned 30. My birthday was last week, so I had a really big party. Thank you. I was like really excited about turning 30 actually. And I'm married to a sexy surfer guy. I live at Currumbin on the Gold Coast. And I am a serial shopper. I probably do have a little bit of a habit and a problem there. And I've been a member of Our Internet Secrets for 2 years now. So I've gotten so many results, but I'm just going to share with you a few of my favourite results. And one of them, you know, something that I implemented quite quickly just starting the program. So I'm also a Business Builders nominee. So if you like what I have to say and I really inspire you today, I really want you to vote for me because I really like the prize and I love cruising and I love pina coladas. So definitely want you to vote. So also what I want to do today is show you how you can profit from your passion. Because I think if you really enjoy what you do, it's not going to seem like work. And then when you have the breakdowns and things are really frustrating, you're going to hang in there for longer if you actually enjoy it. So my 2 passions are fashion and weddings. And that's literally how I'm making money now, implementing these systems taught by Our Internet Secrets. But I do have a confession to make. Before I came to my first Our Internet Secrets workshop, I really thought internet marketing was for geeks. And I certainly didn't think it was for fashionistas like myself. I wasn't tech savvy at all. I had no idea about building websites. I didn't know what an ebook was. I didn't know what a membership site was. I still couldn't get my head around membership sites until very recently. It took me a full year. So I did the ebook thing first, and also my fashion course first as well. But I think also I think it was day 3 or 4 of the first Our Internet Secrets workshop, when Andrew was doing like a mindset activity of reprogramming your mind, and he said, write down, I am a successful and wealthy internet marketer. And that was the first time that it occurred to me, oh my God, I'm at an internet marketing workshop. I'm like, that is how clueless I was before I start this. I'm just like, I just heard the word, my cousin said to me, I went to this really cool thing, it's about passive income. And I'm like, oh, that sounds pretty good, because I was working so many hours, and I just heard the word passive, and I'm like, okay, cool. And it wasn't until I realised that everything we were talking about had the word internet marketing attached to it. So I was like, well, does this internet marketing thing really work? Like, you know, it's great to hear some of those really big success stories, but I'm like, yeah, but I don't know anything about internet marketing whatsoever. I'm a complete newbie. And, you know, I have had websites made before in my business, and my web developer is like, do you want this? Do you want that? And I'm like, speak to me in English, please. No idea. So what I want to do is just share a few results that I got that I've implemented so far. So right before I started this program, I was running a fashion school, like I was telling you. Just, you know, the world according to Annette Corrie about how to get into the fashion industry. And it was just a part-time thing. And the year before, like in the whole year, my gross sales were $5,000. And that was my profit out of $5,000. So it cost me $5,000 to get the website running, get Google AdWords running to it, and I got a few sales, but you know, I broke even. So pretty devastating. And I was really determined to make a difference and make it work. And that's when I actually attended our Internet Secrets 4-day workshop. And in 5 weeks, so 5 weeks from actually implementing everything that they're saying step by step, I just purely did step by step. In 5 weeks, are you ready for it? I'm quite excited. $24,000 in 5 weeks. Thank you. I remember calling up Julie at the help desk going, oh my God, because Julie helped me, because I started getting a little bit like, my first week was a bit like, it's not working, why not? And I was the same with refreshing the ClickBank, and I'm just like, I don't know whether this is really working. I'm like, there's no sales, is it really, like, do they really pay you, you know, does it all work? And you start to doubt yourself. And then all of a sudden, all the sales started rolling in. And I'm just like, oh my God, like, I can't believe this thing actually works. Because I also had the opinion of the direct sales. I'm just like, when I was writing the sales letter, I'm like, I feel really silly, and I feel really embarrassed a little bit to be writing the thing. And then Julie was encouraging me, just do it. And I'm like, okay, we'll just see who's right here. And it fully works, So the other thing that I've implemented, this is my first ClickBank check, so yes, it is real. I got this, I was actually on holidays when it arrived, and it was like something that came from America, and I'm like, oh, what's this? And I opened it up, and it was a check for, I think, $124. I'm like, oh my God, it works! So I was so excited, and now, like, you need to have 3 checks before they actually do automatic billing. I think it's just to double check that you're real and it's not, I don't know, money laundering or something like that. And so now I just get paid weekly straight into my bank account. Every Thursday, money comes in, and I'm still a little bit like, I can't believe I'm not really doing anything, and this money just keeps on coming into the bank account. So pretty exciting. And also my wedding business. So I was working 6 days a week. And since implementing the same things, the same strategies that you learn in our Internet Secrets, I've now managed to cut back my hours to only 2 days per week. And the most amazing thing is all the quality of our work in our business has actually increased since I stood back and I started automating things. And I now sell a wedding package I sell wedding businesses, so wedding franchises now. So my package is now $35,000, and I have no problem selling that whatsoever, whereas I wouldn't have believed that 2 years ago. Like, I was just like, no way, why would someone pay me that kind of money? I have no problems whatsoever. So I think the biggest thing that it's allowed me to do is really change my lifestyle of actually being able to travel the world and when I want, and also know that things are managed while I'm away, so I don't have to stress and be checking my emails every hour. I have a process in place now, and quite often I'm on holidays, and there's sales happening all the time behind my back, and I'm like, this is really cool. And it's really great to be travelling with hubby and Toro, or friends or family, and just know that I can come back and everything's fine. So I just wanted to share with you what made the difference, what steps I implemented, so you can take home the same steps that I've done. So yeah, get out your notepad and pen. Okay, so this is my 7 top tips to triple your income, leaving you more time to spend on the beach sipping pina coladas. After all, it's about having fun. Okay, so step 1, descriptive URL. So Andrew and Daryl mentioned that this morning. So you need to have, I'll show you my fashion website before I started. It was called lemodecollege.com.au, and le mode in French means fashion. So I knew that, but a lot of other people didn't know that. So when they came across Le Mode College, or I say Le Mode College, no one knew what we sold. And plus also, this website actually cost me $1,500 to get made, and this is the one that wasn't working. I wasn't selling anything from it for a whole host of reasons. Like you can see, I've got a whole lot of courses there as a black background, and there's no real call to action there anywhere. So people get on the page and what do we do? So this is the new one. Descriptive URL, so it's fashiondesigncourse.com. It's very, very clear what I'm selling. Also, the main purpose of this page is to get the name and email for them to inquire, and they get sent an info pack, and then I can follow up from there. And I'm building my database at the same time, so I can continue to market to them and provide really great quality. Plus, also, this is a really long sales letter, and it works. It really does work. So the second step I'll show you. Oh, this is my wedding franchise website as well, weddingfranchise.com. Check it out. And this is my main conversion selling tool for selling franchises. So discover the secret to having your dream job as a wedding planner and earning a successful living from home, working the hours you want. So the whole purpose is that they opt in, and then they get sent a series of emails and all the info from there, and then I now have just implemented a automatic webinar that they go to and attend, and that's been converting very, very well. Except I made the mistake of the other day. It's meant to be a live webinar, but it's just a recording, and they select the time and it's a countdown and everything. I forgot what time I had said, and I actually followed up on a prospective lead. As they were watching the webinar, I phoned them going, "Oh, it's Annette here from weddingfranchise.com. Oh, I'm just watching your webinar." I'm like, well, this is embarrassing. So I'm like, oh yeah, it's just a recording. I just confessed. So you just have to be careful with that. So it did work very well. Okay, so second thing, write this down, build a database. This is the main thing I have learned that really increases your business value, because at the end of the day, you want to think you're building an asset to sell down the track. So yeah, you're going to get the passive income, but yeah, maybe you want to sell it later on and get the price for it. So I use Aweber to generate a web form that captures the email addresses, and then I can do back-end sales very easily and automatically. And I'm not tech savvy, but Aweber is, in my opinion, really, really fantastic. So easy to use. And so I now have a database of 2,000 members in my database for the fashion design one, and then I think 200 potential leads for my wedding franchise. So just on those web forms right there, that's the Aweber form. third step, increase your price. And now, Andrew and Daryl were saying this before, and I can definitely vouch for this because when I first started, I tried everything and I started reducing the price, thinking, oh, I'll get more sales if I reduce the price. I got no sales. It was worse. It really was worse. So it's, from my understanding, it's like if I've increased the price, I've gotten more sales, or the sales will stay the same. If anything, I believe it's the emotional selling that'll make the difference. So if it's not selling, it's usually not because of the price. It's because of how you're presenting it and the marketing around it. So also, if you solve their problem and they believe you, so you have to prove it and be very, very genuine. That's something that I definitely do. I'm very, very genuine with all of my clients. They'll pay you anything you ask. So I quite often get emails from potential clients, like for my fashion design course, going, thank you so much. I'm so glad that I came across your website. I'm so excited, I'm doing this and that. So I think, if you just present, irritate their problem, just like, do you feel like this, and is it really frustrating? Are you trying to design your clothes, but you can't draw very well, all of that kind of thing. Cheaper is not necessarily better. The first thing that I did was I increased my course price from $490 to $1,497. All I did was I chucked a few Amazon books into it. So the Amazon books cost me like $100. So I didn't even go out and write more material, nothing. I just went, I just changed the marketing, tripled the price, and just chucked in a few more extras. And that, I can tell you, by far, 1,497 sells way better for me, as opposed to 490. And I think it's perceived value. Like if something's more, it's a higher price, you just think it's better, even though it may not be. Just like designer dresses, I fall for that every single time. I'm just like, I want that one, not that one, and it's always the more expensive one. Okay, so step 4, emotional selling. So before I was selling my fashion courses, like the copy on the website was professional fashion design course curriculum, and then bullet points of, just like a TAFE or uni would use, right? And so I changed all of my copy to discover why fashion designers get paid between $50,000 to $100,000 a year. You could be the next successful fashion designer and turn your favourite pastime into a well-paid career. So all of that emotional selling definitely works. And you can see, like, my website's not that really pretty, and I really had to get over that because I'm a little bit of a perfectionist. But yeah, it works. And I'm just like, at the end of the day now, I'm like, I could change it and I could try and make it look more professional, but I'm like, well, it's working, so I don't really care. And people tell me it helps them out, so I'm just like, okay, we'll keep it as is. So this is my wedding franchise sale. So discover the secret to having your dream job as a wedding planner. So all of this is a really, really long sales letter. I don't actually know any other franchise chain that's selling like this, and it works really well, really, really well for me. And this is my ebook site. So fashiondesigncourse.com/ebook. And if you'd like to discover how you can travel the world as a fashion designer and earn $1,000 a week, you can pay $49 for my ebook and get all the free bonuses. Okay, so also products that can be bought online. So downloadable products and sign up now. So I've just implemented a fashion membership site now, and it's actually my favourite model. So it took me the longest time to get my head around membership sites because I couldn't understand why someone would pay $49 a month every month for something that they could download. But I implemented it, and like I've got 30 sign-ups already, and I haven't really launched too much marketing at all. And every week they're like, thanks so much, that e-class was fantastic. They just love it. And at the moment, like, I've got pretty good retention. And I found even with my e-classes, if I did a longer, because you always worry, am I giving them enough content, for the money? Because it's not costing me anything to deliver. But I found the shorter e-classes were better for my target market because if I gave them too much information, they got bombarded and they want to stop because they're like, I can't catch up, you're going too fast. So now I just do a 10-minute video. Like I do like a screen capture of my screen and I teach them something different, and it's just 10 minutes and that's all, and they're quite happy with that. And I might give them a template and some work to do at home and follow up, and yeah, it's perfect, happy days. So I just do that like once a week. I'll write a new e-class and send it out, and then we go from there. And then international products. So if you can find an international market, it's all of a sudden you've got much wider, I guess, marketplace. So I get a lot of sales from Singapore, UK, Canada, United States, Australia, as well as a whole, like South Africa, and I'm surprised. So I'm just like, okay, fine. Like sometimes I worry about my Aussie accent. I'm just like, are they going to pick up that I'm Australian? And will that, hinder sales at all because I do video? No, no problems at all. So international product. And the great thing is I'm realising is there's so many market holes. Like if you're selling online, there's so many holes, like people don't have access to things right where they are, so that's why they're buying online. They want something online. So I think the world's opening up to products online, which is great. And then my final step is systemize and automate. Just like Robert Kiyosaki with Rich Dad, Poor Dad, it's all about the systems. So once you have that tap that you can just turn on, then you really are free to relax by the beach and sip those pina coladas. So here are my hurdles. So I want you to take my hurdles and take them down as your top tips. In my opinion, join a program that has a proven system and steps that you can follow. Don't try and do it by yourself, because I fell into that trap. I'm very independent. I'm like, oh, I can do it by myself. But it saves you so much more time if you can just, someone else has done it and there's a e-class or a step by there and you're like, great. So I just sat down with our Internet Secrets e-class and I started at 1. Then I went to 2, then I went to 3, and that was really hard for me to actually do that. But it cuts out your work for you. And then also my biggest thing is like take full responsibility for your own success. It's like no one else is going to make you successful. It like comes within. So I think you really need to, it's really hard. Like sometimes you're like, well, this person let me down and the web developer didn't deliver on time, or this person ripped me off. At the end of the day, if you just keep on playing the blame game, you get nowhere. So you really have to take responsibility and go, look, that happened, life goes on, so what do we have to do to fix it? And you also need to think, okay, so who was I in that situation that resulted in that, and what can I do next time? So if my web developer delivered it late, was I not clear enough? Didn't I give the instructions in, a clear enough format? All of that kind of thing. Mindset. So this is a big thing. You really need to reprogram your mindset. So for me, it was internet marketing's for geeks. I had to change that to, I love internet marketing. And so now I feel quite comfortable talking about internet marketing. And I've had quite a few other small businesses on the coast contact me through, I don't know, word of mouth or something, go, I've heard what you've been doing. Can you do something for me? And I'm like, oh, maybe I'll just give you a few tips. So yeah, it's interesting to see how far you can really go and you surprise yourself. And then being around like-minded people, I think really, really helps. So coming to the workshops and just hanging out with other people who are doing the same thing as you and in an encouraging environment. So I sometimes don't even really tell some friends what I'm up to, because I don't need the negativity in my life. And I'll tell other people what I'm doing, only the people who really encourage me, because it really gets you to the next step. So I really hope that I've inspired you, that you really can make your dreams a reality, and you can profit from your passion, whatever it may be. And internet marketing and all this website stuff doesn't have to be boring. It can be fun. You can apply it to lots of different topics, and really it's just a valuable tool. So it's a very low cost business to set up, in my opinion. You don't need a shop front, you don't need a lease, and you don't have to invest in a lot of stock to on-sell the products, and you don't need full-time staff. So once you have that whole automatic system in place, it's literally about fine-tuning to really get that tap working, and then you just turn it on and it flows from there. So I want to encourage you to say hi to me in the breaks. I really love meeting new people, and I obviously love hanging out with like-minded people. So come and say hi to me in the breaks. And if I have inspired you today, I really hope that you vote for me. Vote Nettie in the Business Builder Awards. Cool, thank you.